Okay, we'll call our. Thank you. We'll call our meeting of the WWE to order. Approval of agenda. Nothing to add, Adam?
No.
Can I have a motion to approve? Yes, John? Rose? Any discussion? Any additions somebody like? Anybody opposed? That's carried. Any declaration of pecuniary interest? None. Minutes from our March the 5th meeting. Can I have that on the table, please?
John,
Thanks, John.
Second that too.
Rose, second. Any discussion? Anybody opposed to that motion? That's carried. No delegations, old business, 6A, B, and C are still in progress. 7, new business, the Mindamoya Water Treatment Facility Annual Report. Can we have that motion to receive, please?
So here.
Richard, and the seconder,
I'll do that.
thank you. We've got a covering letter that goes with this report. One question I had, Denise, it talks about in that covering letter, any major expense incurred by the municipality which is not listed should be reviewed and added to the report. There's no other expense other than what's in the report, is there?
Not that I know of for that fiscal year. I know we have the major expense of the repair of the water line, but that'll be in your next year's report.
Right. And then the other question is, the report is to be provided to the members of the municipal council no later than March 31st. Well, we missed our last meeting was March 5. We missed April. So there's no problem with us being provided with at a later date, is there?
No, there will be, that's,
I think that's their deadline. They have to have it to us, and they had sent it to us on February 19th.
Yeah,
So I think that's their deadline, sir.
right. Okay, let's go to the report. If everybody's had perusal of that report, to me, it looked like a very good report. I'll open it up for any comments on the drinking water annual report.
A couple comments,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, on page 11,
Mhm.
kind of sums everything up, saying that the system has produced good quality water,
Mhm.
free of bacteriological contaminants, and it is not exceeding the municipal drinking water license and permit.
Right.
So I don't think we could do a whole lot better than that.
No? Anything anybody else would like to add? I noticed the raw water quantity, no exceedance. We had a score of 100%. And section 6 conclusion, they meet or exceed all of the requirements of the Ontario drinking water standard. There was only the one incident they mentioned, May 8 to 11, the drinking water advisory from the loss of pressure. But that had nothing to do with the quality of the work being done. Okay. And anybody else would like to add to that?
Just a question, Bill, on some of the items on pages on the volume, on the water, raw water flow.
Yeah.
They're up to 700 cubic meters. Is there any reason why they jump?
I don't know, that didn't exceed any maximum water flow, so I have no idea. I saw a spike too, one a large spike, but I have no idea. I don't have the knowledge that, the numbers sometimes don't mean a lot to me. If I understood the water situation and how the plant works, maybe we should all take a refresher course and go to the plant.
What were you looking at there, John?
Well, I was looking at some of the raw water flows, in cubic meters. And I noticed on certain days that you were getting over 700 cubic meters, up to 740 cubic meters. I was just wondering why it seemed to spike on certain days.
Sometimes.
Well, it's either that or they're backwashing the system, or maybe Phil pushed the button.
Laundry.
Laundry.
Sub pumps.
Fire hoses.
Well, no, that won't be on that. That'll be on your fresh water, not your
Raw water.
raw water.
Yeah.
Your raw water, a lot of times, if you get a rainstorm, everybody's sub pumps are pumped into those lines now, so that would put an increase there.
Yeah, that was my own question.
No,
I think there'll be more questions coming next year. Or when there's a report coming back to us.
okay. Anything else? Anybody opposed? That motion is carried. Okay, we'll go on to our water pollution control plan. That report. And,
On the floor, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Richard.
Also,
Rose, thank you. We have a covering letter, and then we have our water pollution control plan, report. Computer's not working, it cuts out on me. Anyways, any comments, as you have looked over that report? Have anything to,
Just one observation that I didn't even know until I read it here. There's just 145 houses that are, houses and businesses that are involved in our system.
mhm. Yeah. I think we're quite blessed to have our sewer and water. Some communities just have water from a tower, no sewer. We didn't have our storm sewers in the crisis we had. I think it would have been a lot worse. Those storm sewers were taking down a lot of water. I noticed when they bagged up the west side of those grates, whoa, that was a lot of water going down. And then in behind, there was very little water. So we're fortunate to have our storm sewer system.
Another observation that I noted, Mr. Chairman, was on page 6, when it's talking about the total raw volume, was right to the very 0.88 of what it was discharged.
Mhm.
What's going in is coming out exactly the amount, which didn't make any sense to me at all.
Mm.
Gonna have a spill somewhere.
Jill, on that same page, looks like March 16th and not so much on the 31st, but March 16th, there was a spike in
Mhm.
flow rates.
Mhm.
So, that's pretty much when our storm started
Mhm.
here, pretty much.
March 13, you're right.
Yeah, so,
It was overtaxed, it was pumping to its maximum.
yeah,
And that was why the hospital had to close,
Yeah.
because they don't have their own pump to pump up. They were relying on the,
so it brings to mind the question, is there water, raw water being pumped in, like Richard, you had problems in your basement, is there your water that you're?
Well, I didn't have my pump running at all.
No, but is there some pump in the basement that pumps it into the?
It's just natural flow, whatever comes in, has
Goes,
to go back out on its own.
If I may,
And it did, a week, but it did.
I think those are questions coming up when, we see some reports coming back, when the lift station is not able to handle pushing the product.
if I may, I know that a lot of people, when they have water in their basement, they're using, shop vacs, whatever, is going down the laundry tub.
Mhm,
And it's going into the wastewater system that way.
mhm.
I mean, I had a drill with a hose and just a pump attachment for a long time, just pumping out water from my basement, and I'm just one person, and I've done it a couple times now. I can see in a situation that we had, multiple people would be doing something like that by any means necessary to get the water out.
Yeah, but a lot of new home construction, the sub pump is pumped right into your drain system with backwater, backflow water flow.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it's done. So if you have a flood situation or a heavy rain situation or anything, all that water is going in there. You know, it's like flushing out 1,000 toilets and just can't handle the pressure, that's all.
Now, the older systems, you just pumped it back out on the
You
ground.
pumped it outside, but with new
It ran back
construction, yeah, new construction now it pumps it away, so.
It could be a question if the system isn't improved to handle the excess capacity. Then you might be forced to ask people to pump their, raw water, that's not sewage, out towards,
Yep.
to the street.
I think we have big questions in the hospital case for events that happen
Yeah.
as to whether we need different lift pumps and stuff like that in locations. Or would even the system handle it, that extra volume and pressure? I think there is a few questions that need to be answered.
Yeah.
Well, it's down so low, but yeah, you're gonna have to have a supplementary auxiliary pump in the future if there's gonna be that type of, flooding.
Well, I think, Mr. Chairman, we have to have a post-flood meeting to
Yeah.
bring all of these things together.
Yeah.
And see what we have to look at and
For sure.
improve.
Anything else? I noticed 129,000 cubic meters is being pumped in the year. There's no exceedance in the effluent, the wetland, the daily flows. It's, the only one question I had, they talked about the flow meter calibration for 2025 hasn't been done. And I'm not sure what that means. There was no other remarks in the report, whether that's, maybe in 25, they didn't have to have the flow meter calibration. I don't know. But it was a statement and it didn't elaborate on it at all. It was on page, on the earlier. Doesn't matter.
I think that next.
Oh, it was
page-
on page, the second page, yeah, page 2. We talked about, there were. No, I don't say. I won't take up any more time. It's just it was a statement that,
I think that one statement there too, in section 5, Mr. Chairman, there were no facility upsets or non-compliance that occurred in 2025.
right. So that flow meter calibration must not have had any impact. Anyways, anything else before we leave?
Just comment, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
go ahead.
Page 7 where it said,
Mhm.
Based on the above monitoring program and sampling records, the sewage works provided adequate treatment within the required average daily flows.
Close.
I think it sums it all up in 2 lines.
Mhm. And that's the page that the flow meter used to measure the effluent was not calibrated in 25. That's on the same page under maintenance, section 6, but it doesn't elaborate, doesn't hasn't made any problem in the report at all.
No.
Okay. All in favor, anybody opposed to accepting this report? Thank you. Now, there was a communication, I think that's our next step, correspondence from the environment. Some, yes, management practices document, some new, I'm not sure if it's new regulations or it's just what's proposed coming down pipe, but it deals with the drinking water testing, laboratory, filtration. Anybody?
If I may.
Yeah.
Sure. Its changes taking effect in 2026 and 27 municipal inspection processes.
Mhm.
So that's coming that Aqua is gonna have to deal with, and in turn staff will have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So do we need a motion to accept?
Yeah, we might as well have a motion to accept this correspondence.
I'll give you that.
On the seconder,
I'll second it.
anybody opposed? That's carried. Okay, we are at financial business, year to date, please. Put that on the table.
I'll do that for you, Mr. Chair. Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Seconded by Brian. Rose. Thank you. Any comments on the year to date? We're still early, but any comments that you have? Wastewater. Everything looked normal, except all of our insurance is at 100%. Well, I guess we pay up front.
We pay in January or February. In
Yeah.
fact, this year we actually paid a little bit late since we were waiting for the insurance company, but normally that's maxed out like the first. Definitely in the first quarter, usually in the first month of the year.
Be thankful it's at 100%. That means we budgeted right. Cause usually it's way over the 100%.
And at the end of the year, these maxed out increase. I don't understand that. We've already paid our premium. At the end of the year, we're paying extra. Now, it bothers me.
We know that, Dave.
I could never run a business that way. I don't know how we do. Let the insurance run us like that. Yes, John.
Only because I was just involved here 2 days ago in a pump out. There's a $50 charge for pump outs, right?
Yep.
What account does that go in? I'm looking and I'm seeing account number 402-311-0001. Is that the? Says sewer pump out disposal fee. Is that it?
1 second, I'm sorry.
What number is that?
402-311-0001.
Of the revenue?
Yeah, it's on the operating expenses.
Operating.
1402 would probably be a revenue account. Let me just.
Revenue, yeah.
402, yeah.
That's under sewer rates, that's our billing for what we bill. And then we do our water bills. So far this year, we've billed out $57,802 to, in terms of water revenue. Yeah, much like tax revenue, water revenue.
Maybe it's the wrong account, but I,
Yeah, you're looking, 402, anything with a 4 in it is, definitely a revenue account. It's called sewer rates, that account.
Well, that's the sewer rates, so you're talking about
Why don't
pump
you-
out rates, aren't
yeah,
you?
I was just wondering where the $50 went in on the.
Well, that's what,
That's it?
no, that's not the account.
No, we have
a
one
revenue
entry
account
here.
in there somewhere I didn't bring mine, so
No, we have one entry in there for 57,000. That was, our billing that was done in March, on March 1st.
yeah, but that's not what he's
No,
referring
I have no idea about this $50 pump out. I've never seen expenses for $50 per.
Not an expense, it's a revenue.
Revenue.
Revenue for the municipality. It was an expense to me.
See, we have, what's his name, running around, pumping out people's, what do you call them?
Headley, walls.
So then they
Septic
have to use the
system.
thing and dump at the station.
We pay Wally's, I've never seen revenue from Wally's, so from my perspective, that being expense. I don't ever see revenue come in from Wally's.
It should be, I
Yes,
thought that's
yes,
why we
we
put
have
in the
had
point.
revenue come in from Ollie's.
Yeah.
We bill it out. It has to do with the sewage pumping station at the sewer treatment plant. There is a dumping station. We get the numbers from Aqua and we bill them out.
Yeah.
So yes,
Oh,
we do get
we'll have to
revenue.
find that. Gotta find that revenue then.
Yeah,
We
'cause
do
we
have
put
a
in the-
revenue account for that.
Yeah, the kiosk or whatever the hell thing for them.
Yeah, because I do have a revenue account called sewer pump out disposal fees, that was zero
Yeah.
last year, zero this year. So unless I'm miscoding it, which could very well be, since I don't know what we're talking about here,
Oh, well, that's from pump out and septic systems.
yeah, I don't. I'd have to talk with Denise to figure out what John is referring to, I don't know at this point.
Well, we could look that up and,
Yeah, I'll get something back for you, I don't, I'll have to talk with Denise and confirm, figure out what she's talking about, and do some research to find it.
Yeah.
Cause like as not, if we had had that revenue, it's been miscoded, and I just didn't realize what it was.
Yeah.
So I'll do some research on that.
okay, and anybody opposed to accepting the year-to-date? That's carried, and we'll have an adjournment. I could adjourn and folks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, you put that hat on fast?
I'm gonna head back and listen to the motivation speaker for the
Oh.
problem.